everyone, welcome to Product Chronicles, product stories from Jaco. I'm Jaco Torres, here to share with you real product stories from Jaco, showcasing how to tackle product management and digital transformation challenges through stories from my over 30-year career helping companies build successful products and the lessons I've learned along the way. In previous episodes, I had already discussed my early career in 1992 when I began practicing product management without realizing it. I have also discussed the importance of data for managing our product and our company, and how product vision is essential not only for internal alignment but also with external audiences, including investors. In the fourth episode, I talked about product discovery and the misconception that we have of thinking that discovery is a process when in fact is a set of tools for risk mitigation and a mindset. In the last episode, I discussed a very important topic, the concept of founder mode, which, in my opinion, is very connected to the vision theme we saw in episode 3. As I was and currently am a founder and have had the opportunity to work with some founders, I think that this topic of how the founder works with his team is very important for the success of the company. If you have not listened to the previous episodes, check them out after listening to this one, because in this episode we will return to the topic of product discovery, and I will talk about the 3 other very common misconceptions about discovery. Thinking that you need to do discovery for everything, thinking that discovery is about understanding the problem, and thinking that engineering should focus on delivery. Shall we? So, do we need to do discovery for everything? Actually, we don't. And let me explain why. Let's remember, when we talked about discovery, discovery is not a process. Discovery is a set of tools to mitigate risk in the product development process. So, what type of risks are we talking about? We are talking about value risks. Are the customers interested in the product that we plan to build? Viability risk. Is this viable from a business perspective? It will generate the revenue, the margins. What is our go-to-market strategy? Feasibility. Are we able to build? Do we know the technology? Are we do have? If we have any integrations, do we know how to integrate our product? And last but not least, usability risks. Do customers understand how to use it? So, if we are building a product and we don't have any of those risks, so we don't need to make discovery, right? And if there are one or even more than one of the risks that we described, but the cost, both financially as well as time, to the risk is greater than the cost to actually build the product or feature, why don't we go there and build the product? It's cheaper, you know. So let me give you a few examples. One of them is when we are building something that is already well known. For instance, we are building a shopping cart, a checkout, and we already have an excellent benchmark from Amazon. And if we are building an e-commerce, why will we make a discovery to figure out how to build a checkout? Everybody knows how to buy something through a shopping cart today. So we should use that as our benchmark. But you can say, oh, but my audience is completely different. It's very specific, and that's okay. You can build the Amazon shopping cart and build on top of that. And you will be already delivering value to your client and delivery value to the company. And you start to optimize on top of that. So that's one example. Another example is when we are dealing with regulatory issues. For instance, if you are a bank, you have certain regulatory issues from the central bank of your country to deal with it. So something to be concerned about. For instance, at local web, we launched a virtual PBX, and this was regulated by the telecom agency here in Brazil. And there were certain things like emergency calls. We should allow our clients to do emergency calls without any costs, any charges. We had also to make some reports and send reports to them every beginning of the month, and those reports are already set with the features and the characteristics that they need to have. So this is something that we don't need to do any discovery. It's already defined by the regulatory agency that regulates the business. So no discovery there as well. And the third example is the example of your urgent features. So for instance, remember the Etsy example that I gave in the previous episode about discovery. So the Etsy example, when the site went out, when an engineer deployed something in production, there's no discovery to be made. We need to bring the website back as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. So no discovery there. Another example that I like to give is Gympass Wellness, the apps marketplace that we built. We are building it following all the discovery common practices. Like we made a test to see if we are able to find apps for this marketplace, because was the first risk that we had. We then made that landing page and sent an email marketing to a part of our customer base just to see if the customers will be interested. All of that end of 2019, beginning of 2020. And then in March 2020, the pandemic hit us. And all of our clients, regular clients in Gympass, were calling us to either cancel the contract or suspend the contract because their employees were locked down at their homes and the gyms were closed. And we said, "Oh, listen, we are just launching a new app here called Gympass Wellness, which provides workout to be made at home, and not only that, but meditation, nutrition. So it would be fantastic for you and your employees at this challenging times that we are in." And this actually became Gympass Wellness the main retention tool that we had. And back then we started to do what I like to call the hot discovery. So we are doing live discoveries because we are launching new features, and we are putting those features in front of our customers and getting feedback from the features, because it was a very urgent situation. I like to say that I normally say that Gympass Wellness was a particular time of the greatest blitz scaling, of one of the greatest blitz scaling in my career, because we went from 4 apps to 90 apps in like 2 months, because we needed to have diversity of apps and app from different languages. And we went from 0 users to 500,000 users in something like 4 to 5 months. So it was very urgent and times, and it was very, very interesting. And back then we just worked mostly without doing any discovery, or as I like to say, doing hot discovery, live discoveries. So there you are, 3 examples of situations where you don't do regular discovery. The following misconception is thinking that discovery is about understanding the problem, and it is. And we normally say that product management and product design, they are focused on discovery, and delivery is focusing, engineering is focusing on delivering the product that we just discovered. But one thing that is important to notice is that normally we say that product management and product design, they are doing problem discovering, understanding more about the problem that we need to solve. But there is another side, there is another aspect, there is another part of the discovery that is crucial. And I will say it again, it's crucial for the success of the product, which is what I call the solution discovery. What is solution discovery? As soon as we figure out the problem that we need to solve, we then need to figure out some solution hypotheses and test those solution hypotheses to find the one that will solve our problem the fastest and the better way possible. Normally, there are many teams that go straight from problem discovery to delivery. They do problem discovery, they figure out the problem, and they say, "Oh, let's fix this by doing that." And then they jump immediately to the delivery of that first idea. And normally, this first idea is not the best idea. And by the way, not doing the solution discovery is, in my view, one of the main reasons for product failures. Teams that figure out the problem to be solved, then they have one idea and they go straight to delivery to implement that one idea, that one solution idea that they had, and not giving some time to, okay, this is one solution. How else could I solve this problem? What are the other solution hypotheses that I have to solve this problem? So this is another common uh, uh, issue that I see in thinking about discovery, forgetting that we need to do a solution discovery. And by the way, the solution discovery, in my view, is where the magic of innovation happens. The innovation, it doesn't happen neither in the problem discovery nor in the delivery. It happens when we test many solution hypotheses and find the one that will solve the problem in the cheapest, fastest way possible with the best quality. So I'll give you two examples. The first one was one that I lived in Lopes, the real estate company that I led the digital transformation. And the problem there is that we always wanted to increase sales. Lopes is a real estate company. The focus is in sales. To increase sales, you need to increase the number of leads, the number of people interested in properties, which is what we call leads, the number of leads. And we used to do the relationship management with our customers, the CRM, with SMS messages and email marketing. But the issue there is the conversion rate was too low. And because of that, we started to figure out other ways to increase these conversion rates, and we learned from e-commerces that we did some benchmark that they had a higher conversion rate sending push notifications, and that's the reason why the majority of e-commerce, they have an app for people not necessarily to buy things, but in order for them to increase their connection with potential customers and make them buy things. So what happened there is that at Lopes we didn't had an app for our customers. We had a website, and we thought that from conversations that we had with potential buyers that the web app, the web experience, provide them with a better experience for them to search for properties. So that's the reason why we never went to build an app. But then this gave us a motivation to build an app, and then we thought, oh, so we should build a native app with the entire scope, but this would take a few months for us to build. So we decided, no, this is too much. So let's build a native app, but with a reduced scope. So it will take a few weeks. And but then we realized this is still too much, and then we looked into our web presence, and it was adaptive, it was responsive, and we put it into a web view app, and this would be something very quick to do. And we did it in a few days, and in a few days we uploaded, we sent the app to app stores, and we started to to see actually that people that downloaded the app and we send them push notifications, the conversion rate was really, really high. However, and this is a big issue that we need to note here, is that it was very, very difficult to make people download the app, because people prefer to have this property search experience with a bigger screen and not in the app. And we couldn't offer like the e-commerces like a discount if you download the app and make the purchase through the app. It doesn't make sense when we are talking about real estate acquisition. So this is interesting to see this difference, and it was good that we haven't built an entire app, a native app that would take us months to learn that. So that's a fast way for us to build this native app. The second example that I like to give is not from the technology world, but it's from the food, the fast food industry. Very interesting a picture, a movie called The Founder. It's based on the story of the McDonald's chain, and it's about the brothers, the McDonald's brothers. And in this particular, there is a particular scene where the McDonald's brothers, they tell Michael Keaton, who is a potential investor, about a problem that they had and how they could solve this problem. The problem was that they were having a huge demand, and they need a kitchen design, a kitchen layout that could speed up the order processing. So what is the best kitchen layout that could speed up the order processing? They asked an engineer, an architect, to design the kitchen layout, and they received the design. And instead of going directly to a kitchen builder to build the kitchen, they decided to go to a tennis court. And in this tennis court, they, together with their team, they tested this layout, and the layout didn't work well. First, they designed the layout in the tennis court with charcoals, and it didn't work well. And then they changed the layout and tested a few times. Like they mentioned that it took 6 hours to get to the perfect layout. And then they took the perfect layout to a kitchen builder and built the kitchen. And this is solution discovery, actually, because they had a solution hypothesis, but they went there and tested, and it didn't work out, and tested another one and another one and another one until they found the best solution. And one thing that is interesting to note is this particular scene is the scene where the fast food innovation was created, the fast food industry. I wouldn't say it's for good or for bad. I won't enter in this side of the discussion, but it's a huge innovation. It changed it completely, the whole industry. It created a new industry, the industry of fast food. So it's solution discovery that allowed the innovation of the fast food and even the creation of this new industry. And the last one is engineering. Engineering must focus on delivery only. So that's another misconception that we have, and that's because we think that discovery should be led by product management and product design, while delivery should be led by the engineering team. However, we just talked about problem discovery and solution discovery. When we talk about product management and design leading the discovery, we are talking about leading the problem discovery. And we are not talking about the solution discovery. The solution discovery is that moment where we need not only product management and product design, but also engineering. Engineers should be there because engineers know what can be built, what are the technologies available for us to build new solutions. So engineering is essential. This is the core team of product development, and the core team of product development, engineers, product managers, and designers, they should work together in the solution discovery having hypotheses, solution hypotheses, and testing those solution hypotheses to see which one will be the best solution for the problem that we have at hand, and to go there and build it. So the example that I want to give is an example of the real estate agent app that we built at Lopes. When I joined the company, the team was building an MVP of a real estate agent app, and I put it MVP in quotes because it was already being developed for 7 months. So we couldn't call it an MVP. And then I went to know, why are we building this? Why this is so important for us? And they said, well, the lead, person interested in a property, the faster it goes to a real estate agent, to a broker, and the broker contacts this person to evolve into visit to the property and eventually a negotiation, the faster this link happens, the bigger the chances of this negotiation moving forward. And I went to find some information about that, and I found very interesting data that if we call within 5 minutes, we are 21 times more effective than if we call after 30 minutes. And then we think about it and we say, oh, that makes sense, actually. If there is this connection, this fast connection between the seller and the potential buyer, the faster the connection, the bigger the chances of that evolving into a deal. And then they went on to do 5 months of product discovery. 5 months. That's a lot. And what happened there? They went to the broker, the real estate agent, and asked, "Oh, tell me more about your journey." And the real estate agent said, "Well, when I receive a lead, the first thing that I do is I went into Lopes database and search for that lead. Is that person registered? If not registered, I registered that person into the database. Oh, okay. And what else? Oh, and I see the property they want to know more about. They want more information, and I search for similar properties to send to this potential buyer. So search properties and sending properties enter the scope, and the scope got bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point that they developed a very interesting feature of seeing a map. You can draw the area of the map that you want to make the search, a very, very advanced feature. So imagine it's a 1-year MVP, so we cannot call it MVP. So I said to them, hey, listen, our main problem to be solved was to place the lead in the agent's hand as fast as possible. So our MVP should be only an app with push notification. Let the agent do whatever she needs to do the way she's used to do. And they say, oh, that's right, no, it makes sense. And then came an engineer. It was an engineer that said, hey, listen, instead of an app, let's send an SMS notification. And everybody said, wow, that's right. And then the engineers went on to implement this. They implemented this in days. And in days, all the real estate agents were receiving notifications about new leads, something that they were expecting for 1 year. And all of that thanks to an engineer that got the idea and brought the idea for us to discuss. So there we have it. We just talked about the discovery misconceptions, and going back to the previous episode, we talked about discovery is not a process, it's a set of tools for the risking product development, and it's also a mindset. We talked about this 2 episodes ago, so go there and check it. And today, what we talked about the misconception that we have that we need to do discovery for everything. Actually, no, not necessary. So I gave some examples, like something like a shopping cart, or regulatory issues, or urgent needs. Another misconception, that discovery is about understanding the problem. Yes, but it is also about creating and testing solution hypotheses, because in my view, not making solution discovery is the main failure reason for many products. And also, innovation, it doesn't happen neither in the problem discovery nor in the delivery. It happens in the solution discovery, where we have hypotheses and we test solution hypotheses to see the one that have a better fit with the problem that we have. And last but not least, engineering must focus on delivery. No, engineering is essential, especially in the solution discovery, working together with the product managers and designers to ideate and test solution hypotheses to select the one that best generate the results that we need as fast as possible. So I hope this have brought to you some insights with the stories I told and the concepts I shared that may be useful in your journey. And in the next episode, I plan to talk about product culture, a topic that I consider critical for any company that is understanding digital transformation. In my opinion, the digital part of any digital transformation is relatively easy. There is a lot of literature available on how to use this huge amount of technologies that we have at our disposal to make our work more effective and deliver better experiences to our customers. This is the digital part of the digital transformation. On the other hand, there is the transformation part of the digital transformations, which requires a change in behavior, a change in the way we perceive problems and work to create solutions to those problems. This is what I will talk about in the next episodes. Remember to follow the podcast, share it with your network, and send us your questions through Jaco's social media. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for our next episode of Product Chronicles, Product Stories from Jaco.